Flames leapt from a baker's oven as men hauled sacks along Pudding Lane Street. The night air held a restless hush as carts creaked past timber homes stacked close together, tight. A spark, unseen, kissed dry wood beams and turned a quiet trade into a roaring inferno of fate. In narrow alleys, merchants shouted, tossing goods as smoke curled through the sleeping streets. A bell began to toll, slow and heavy, warning souls as fire gnawed through London's fragile spine. Women in wool cloaks clutched children, stumbling barefoot over stones slick with spilled ale. Horses screamed in terror, pulling free from carts as sparks rained like cursed stars from above. From window to window, flames leapt eagerly, devouring roofs sealed with tar and ancient straw. Men formed desperate lines, passing buckets of water that hissed uselessly against the blaze. The wind rose without mercy, carrying embers across rooftops like messengers of ruin and ash. Soon the blaze crowned itself king, raging through lanes where guilds and traders once thrived. The scent of charred oak mixed with spices as shops burned with silks, bread, and iron tools. In the distance, the great dome of old St. Paul's Cathedral loomed under a sky of fire and smoke. Clergy gathered relics in trembling hands, whispering prayers drowned by the thunder of flames. Citizens pleaded for order, but confusion reigned as officials argued beneath a choking sky. The Lord Mayor hesitated, fearing cost, while the fire grew bold and refused to be contained. By dawn, whole streets had vanished, leaving only embers and blackened bones of timber frames. Families fled toward the river, dragging carts filled with what little life they could salvage. Boats crowded the Thames, heavy with frightened souls watching their city crumble in horror. The river reflected hell itself, glowing red, as sparks drifted like dying prayers upon the tide. Markets that once bustled with voices now lay silent, consumed by a relentless, hungry force. Goldsmiths wept as vaults melted, their fortunes running like liquid fire into the gutters. Blacksmiths stood helpless as forges were swallowed, iron tools glowing before collapsing. Even stone walls cracked under heat, groaning as centuries of craft gave way to the blaze. Rumors spread of foreign plots, of divine wrath, as fear twisted reason into suspicion.
If you want to discover more real stories like this, dark, hidden, and rooted in history, make sure you subscribe to this channel now, because what comes next is even more shocking. And one more thing, wherever you are watching from right now, write your country's name in the comments. I want to know how far these stories are reaching around the world. Don't forget, subscribe, comment your country, and stay with us.
Crowds turned on strangers, seeking someone to blame for the wrath that consumed their world. Meanwhile, soldiers struggled to clear buildings, tearing homes apart to slow the fire's march. Gunpowder blasts echoed, leveling houses in desperate attempts to create fire breaks at last. Each explosion shook the earth, yet still the flames advanced with terrifying determination. The sky remained choked with smoke, turning day into a dim twilight of ash and falling cinders. Children cried for bread and water as hunger joined fear in the long march away from ruin. Church bells melted mid-toll, their final notes fading into the roar of unstoppable flames. Livestock roamed loose, bleeding and bellowing, lost in a city that no longer knew its form. Through it all, whispers spoke of change, of a London that might rise from this devastation. On the fourth day, the wind weakened, and the fire began at last to lose its cruel dominion. Rain threatened but did not fall, as if the heavens watched in silence at the ruin below. What remained was a scar of ash stretching where thousands of homes once proudly stood. The old city, with its crooked lanes and timber frames, had been erased in a matter of days. Yet amid ruin, plans were drawn for wider streets and stronger walls built of enduring stone. Men spoke of order, of rebuilding a safer London from the ashes of tragedy and loss. Surveyors walked the ruins, measuring a future that would not burn as easily again. Out of grief rose ambition, as leaders vowed to reshape the city with discipline and care. The memory of fire lingered in every stone laid upon the blackened ground of yesterday. Survivors carried stories of that night, of terror, courage, and the cost of hesitation. The lessons carved in ash would guide generations who rebuilt their lives upon the ruins. From chaos emerged a new London, stronger, planned, and forever marked by what it endured. The flames had taken much, yet they had also forced a reckoning long delayed by comfort. In every rebuilt street lie echoes of that night, when fire ruled without restraint or mercy. And so the city stood reborn, carrying scars that whispered warnings to all who would listen. England remembered the night its heart burned, and nothing that followed would ever be the same.